Hey everyone, my name is Reggie and welcome to my channel. Today I'm really excited to be starting to kick off my end of the year / beginning of the year videos with my most anticipated releases for 2019. I have like 10 or 11 books on this list, so it's obviously not a very comprehensive list. These are just like the top ones that I know about that are top of mind that I'm pretty excited for. So obviously we'll start off with January, and the first one coming out in January that I'm super excited for is An Absent Dream. This is the fourth book in the Wayward Children series by Shauna Maguire. But if you don't know, the Wayward Children series starts off with Every Heart a Doorway, and this is a book about a bunch of kids, teenagers, or children who basically found portal worlds. So that's like Alice in Wonderland, Narnia, where you go into a portal and find your way into another world. And see that these are kids who found their way to other worlds and for one reason or another had to come back. And so this Home for Wayward Children is a place where they all come to kind of deal with having to be back in this world. Also in January, coming out the 29th, is King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. So I'm not like the biggest Leigh Bardugo fan. I know people love her so much. I am pretty, I like the Grisha trilogy. I think it's overhyped on book 2, but I like the Six of Crows duology. I definitely think it's overhyped in general, but I enjoyed them. I read the Grisha trilogy before I started book 2, and I enjoyed them. Didn't love them, but like I said, enjoyed them. But what I did love in them was Nikolai. So if you don't know, this is a continuation of the series following Nikolai's character, and it's a duology, and I'm so excited to get books from his perspective. From the beginning, I was always like, if we get more books from Nikolai, I'm all here for it. I want to read them, and it happened, and I'm so excited. So we'll move on to February. There's also a couple of books that I'm super excited coming out in February, and the first comes out on the 5th, and it is On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. Of course, I'm super excited for this book. If you don't know, Angie Thomas is the author of The Hate U Give, which obviously is a masterpiece. And this book is about a girl named Brie who is a rapper, and one of her videos of her rapping, I believe, goes viral for all the wrong reasons. And so it's a young girl facing scrutiny and a young girl facing adversity, I assume, and kind of dealing with internet culture, I believe. I don't know specifics. Whenever Angie talks about it, she talks about it way more eloquently and makes me super excited to hear about it. I'm like, oh, that sounds so smart and nuanced and perfect and just like Angie, and I love it, and I'm so happy to read it. And when I try to talk about it, I definitely don't get that like beautifully articulate message across, but it sounds so good, and I'm so happy that it exists, and I'm so excited to read it. Next book coming out in February is my most anticipated release of the year. I'm so excited for it, and it's The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. If you don't know, Samantha Shannon is one of my all-time favorite authors. I love her so much. I love the Bone Season series by her. It's one of my all-time favorite books. Makes sense. It's from my all-time favorite author, and this is a book set completely different from that universe. It is its own world and is a standalone currently about queens and dragons and power dynamics, and it sounds so feminist and fierce and fun and action-packed and perfect, and I'm so excited for it. It's a hunker of a book. It's like 800-900 pages. There are a handful of books coming out throughout the rest of the year that I want to read, so I'll go through those. Due out on March 5th is Children of Vengeance and Virtue? No, Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi. This is a sequel to Children of Blood and Bone, which I loved. Didn't love it quite as much as I think most people did, but I loved it so much, and I'm super excited to have the story continue. And then there's also 2 collections of poetry coming out on March 5th that I want to read. The first is Water Runs Red by Jenna Claire. If you don't know, Jenna Claire is a booktuber here, and she is one of my favorite people and a good friend of mine, so I have actually read an early draft of this poetry collection, but I'm excited to read the final draft, see what is kind of going on with it, what has changed, see how it's formatted, all the fun stuff that Jenna's done with it, and I'm really excited for her to just like have this come out. It's really exciting. And like I said, there's a second poetry collection that I want to read on March 5th coming out. It's called The Mermaids. Voice returns in this one, and it's by Amanda Lovelace, so this is the 3rd book in her like trilogy of poetry collection, and I think this one sounds super fun, and I'm interested in reading it. I am kind of okay on modern poetry. Amanda's first poetry collection was okay to me. Her second one was much better, so I'm hoping her third is even better to me. Also coming out in March, on March 19th, is Internment. This is by Samira Ahmed, who is the author of Love, Hate, and Other Filters, which I read at the beginning of this year and did enjoy, and I'm excited to read this one. This is a kind of speculative fiction, futuristically set book about near future US where Muslims are being rounded up in internment camps, and I'm so here for it. I'm so interested to see this book come to fruition. Coming out in May on the 7th is Again But Better by Christine Riccio. I am very excited for Christine's book just because I have watched every single vlog of hers for the writing vlogs, and I'm just excited to see what this book that she keeps talking about is, and I'm really excited for her to be published, and it's just a cool thing. So I'm excited to read it. This book is about a girl who is in college and goes to study abroad. The last book on this list is jumping quite a bit ahead, and we're jumping all the way to November 5th for the Starless Tea by Erin Morgenstern. If you don't know, Erin Morgenstern is the author of The Night Circus, and I loved that book. Again, not as much as other people, but I still really loved it. I think it's so good, and Erin Morgenstern's writing is very, very nice. So I'm super excited for this, and the plot of this book sounds so good. It's about a boy, I believe he's in college, and he like starts reading a book, and it like the story of his life, it very like similarly like parallels his life. So he's like, how is this being written in a book? And so he like finds clues and goes to masquerade, and it's like a intricate plot, which is what you'd guess and expect from an author like Erin Morgenstern. So there's definitely a lot of books in between May and November, and obviously books coming out in December that I am excited for, maybe aren't aware are coming out, or books that don't have release dates yet that will be released in 2019, books that just aren't on my radar yet. So this isn't a comprehensive list, but this is definitely the top ones that I'm excited for coming out this year. And by this year I mean 2019, because I think this video will be up in 2018. If you enjoyed this video, I definitely recommend subscribing to my channel and giving this video a thumbs up. Those both really help me out. I do post bookish videos every week, but they probably will be ramping up a little more frequently for the next few weeks as I get those end of the year and beginning of the year videos to y'all. So I hope you are excited for those, and subscribe again for more bookish content, because lots coming your way. But that is all for today's video, so I'll see you in the next one. Bye!